Hello everyone and welcome. It's time to hunt more monster pigeons because Agonia didn't get a ruby yesterday. You maybe have had one if you could have played for longer. It's the quit before you get to the diamonds picture. But we're killing more Rathalos so you can actually finish your armor set.
Let me see, how many Rathalos have I killed?
Which then hopefully also leads to you being able to use this one up until the very end.
Yes. Rathalos. What else? I don't know how many killed and captured in high rank. But I have 22 hunts and 13 captures. That means it's 35 in total.
Yes.
You probably less. So we're getting closer. Ruby has a, I think, 2% drop chance on Headbreak.
Yes.
I think it's similar on capture.
And
So statistically, take cut also. So statistically, I should have it by now.
Also, hey Chandra, yes, it is bonking time.
Without the bonk, sadly. I don't have a hammer. Only have sword and shield.
I wonder if next time we should make we add a system where you can make an emergency vote of are you allowed to change? Yes, no. No, you want to do everything.
Monster Hunter is easy enough. I can do it. It's just shit to play.
I just feel like your how's it called? Your opinion of this game will be tarnished until you be able to play again with a hammer.
Probably. Imagine how easy Rathalos is to kill with that thing.
Do you have a trap?
Yeah. I do. Do you have a shock trap?
Yes. 1 second, I just realized. Is hunting on this game? Yeah, from what I remember it is. I can...
Should.
I feel like Hunting Horn will probably be on the list of weapons I get if we either play 3 Ultimate or 4 Ultimate. You know?
Probably.
It's honestly, ironically, the old Hunting Horn is a solid bonk, even though it actually has more stabs to degree. Which is kind of funny that the Hunting Horn has a stab. But it's kind of a... I love this attack because it just makes so much sense, you know?
I mean, at least we're 2 people. That means you can actually buff a weapon that does damage.
I mean, one of the major upsides was that... Ah! Oh god! No.
Don't worry, you aren't dying or anything.
Yeah. Alright,
Any.
I think one of the most interesting things that I definitely destroyed with modern titles, where I'm like, mostly because it's the whole monsters kind of aim where you were at a certain point. So dodging them is actually kind of easy.
Except when they're smart special monsters.
Yes, smart special monsters don't do it. There we go. There we go. Let's get the fucking tail off.
What?
Let's get that fucking tail off.
Good. Yeah. I'm agreeing with the sentence.
Ah. Why? Inputs were shit again.
Well, you still haven't gotten a new cable.
No, I have a new cable, but it's just something different, you know. So also, I think that's a problem with the Switch controller. That sometimes it's just not registering that I was running. Oh, thank you. Okay, so do you just wanting to I wonder, is it actually true that wait a second, let's see if it goes to the 2.
Are you talking about stupid thing?
Yeah, because we need to get rid of the bear.
Yeah, but I'm checking if I have to first. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I did.
Yes. Oh, does attack that attack again? You know what's interesting? For all the making everything big and open.
Yeah. That attack hasn't come back, right?
Yes, it's just like, oh, so the big fly attack is out. What? Like, I get shit from look, I get a lot of stuff what happened in the world because, you know, world was a technical nightmare behind the scenes, from what I heard. And for everyone who doesn't know, the thing about Monster Hunter was that so they kind of put it on the empty framework engine with 3 Ultimate, and kept developing on that. So 4 Ultimate and Generations Ultimate are all empty framework. An empty framework is impressive. Like, let's be clear here. They managed to there we go. Basically, they were able to put the whole game from a different engine onto empty framework.
I don't know why you went for the wing.
Yeah, I don't know either. Come on.
See?
That had nothing
Now
to do
you
with
get
doing...
what Rathalos deserves.
Oi.
Scale plus. Okay.
But like, yeah, it ran on the 3DS, which... Look, the fact that the 3DS was a weird console, tech-wise.
Can't be on
But-
World? Why are you
Yeah,
trying to do
the thing is, World was still empty framework, and that game engine was just, it was just having problems, Like, they added more stuff into it, and it broke. On some levels. Like, quite literally. For example, I think one of the first answers they had in the demo.
Oh, now that you sharpened, you missed your...
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, should have done that way beforehand. It's very easy, you're playing Greatsword. It's like...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Leviathan rig was broken. I think proto-wyverns were broken at in the beginning. Like, a bunch of shit just didn't work in terms of animations. They had to, like, basically redo completely. There was the whole... I think they had ideas for water combat again, but, that broke. I think also the change in how mud works. Was to a degree how they had to program certain things. It's just like, it was a complete mess in terms of what they could do and what not. And so, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the whole long fly attack and swoop down, which was just a thing since the old DOS game.
This
since the
fly
first
attack you're
game.
talking about, no.
When did they...
Here. That.
Wait, no, it had a fly attack also
The
in...
big fly attack. We had flies around first.
It was also in Unite.
Maybe in G-Rank.
I am very sure it's in Unite and
Maybe
not
in G-Rank.
Okay,
That's what I said.
okay. But yeah, they didn't bring it back, and probably they had some problem there with the nav meshes and stuff. I mean, we're talking World here. That game, it's kind of impressive to think about they managed to get that even out in some form, you know? Like, I think World is to the I think on a technical level, World is a fascinating time capsule because it was like right before the RE engine took off, but none of Capcom's internal engines were like far enough that they considered, you know, switching to Panther Ray or something. But also,
They don't run there.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you want to be trapped before you learn that?
Yeah.
Could have gotten some honey in the meantime, and already a great sword in.
Okay. Fabulous. Why? It's just running now.
Sometimes it does. And if you stand directly behind it, you can just bump it on the head with a level 3 charge, but you still ain't doing that. Way too slow.
It still get the charge in.
Yeah, but no level 3 charge, which you could have gotten easily. I like the sun up there.
Oh yeah.
It's angry, by the way, so no level 3 charge.
Okay. Did it go back down again?
Apparently.
Oh, another one. Stop eating. Ah. Should slowly get to its end.
True. Slowly. It moves, maybe?
No, it just didn't attack.
Yep.
Ah, there we go. Then let's go. You need me to catch it as I... Oh no, honey. I kind of like that they basically expanded on how hives look just because they added a bear. That's just... You don't get that anymore nowadays, you know?
Not here. Somewhere else.
Don't tell me it's at the 5.
I'm looking. Yep, it's here.
But it's flying on me already. Oh. Or not? Should I try?
I do. No.
Yeah, okay.
Why aren't you throwing?
I needed to equip that. Then I thought, oh, you're easy to...
You were already standing there.
It touched the
Red.
Oi! Oi, you little shit. No! Come back here. Ah, I'm gonna kick you. Die, you oversized water lizard. Wait. Wait, I'm not talking like Italian. It touched the trap very slightly, then it went to sleep. Oh, wait. Wrong menu. This is what you do. I misclick. I'm kicking my girlfriend. This is like...
Why can't I block that shit?
It's
Die from water.
because you like my kicks so much.
I would know if I liked them.
but my kicks don't lie.
That implies you do.
Oh!
You got a ruby?
Hey, chat! Guess who has 2 rubies and who has none? I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I don't know. You
I think that we have established that you're lying now. Since your kicks don't lie, and you could possibly feel sorry for
You know
owning
what?
2 rubies.
You just made a goddamn music reference very unfun. How do you do that?
Autism.
I guess, but also okay.
And you still are very non-talkative for hunting Rathalos.
Yes, I'm saying it's kind of interesting to think about Monster Hunter World, that it like came out in that one time period where again Capcom neither had established the RE engine as like the new internal engine, or the Unreal Engine 4 had become so ubiquitous everywhere.
You said that already.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I wonder how much this got lost because no one really thought about it and it didn't work in the code. Like, that's actually an interesting thing to think about in series that change engines. Like, how much can you actually do you have to actually make from scratch?
Well, they're Capcom, they have the money, they can do it.
Yeah. You know, other games where you even thought that should not be a problem because it's the same engine have that problem.
Fuck.
Was?
I said the fuck because you kind of went to Counterfetch.
No. I am like, there are studios / publishers that are big that make games on one engine, okay? And still have problems continuing with tech.
In my opinion, they just don't hire enough people then.
Honestly, I think the worst part is probably what you don't have. I think studios need to have dedicated internal engine teams, and dedicated internal engine teams with special rights to bonk people on the head. Because we just saw it basically with Payday 2, that 3 idiots in a trench coat pretending to be a studio basically went and were like, hey, actually this engine is great. Did you know that? You're like, okay. And and it was basically just because, the devs just forgot to log what the engine could do. No shield bonk in this monster for sword and shield. There is a shield bonk in this one. You can bonk.
It's just utterly impotent.
I don't think impotent is the word you're looking for.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
I would impotent it with bonking.
Because it's an impotent hammer compared to a hammer.
But it's a shield.
Yeah.
Hey,
Same,
why would it...
same main function. Just because it can block doesn't mean it's not there for bonking.
Hey. But why would it be impotent then?
Because it's impotent.
Yeah, but the impotent is something completely different than ineffective, which would... What?
Not good at its job. With sexual undertones.
Why did you want to put sexual undertones on a hammer?
Because the overtone's already there.
In which way? In which way is a hammer sexual? What? I really do not get it.
More importantly, do you have a shock trap?
I have one. Let
I
me get
don't.
it.
But I don't need to, because you have.
I try my best. Nihal is a hammer sexual. What?
My character name is Nihal.
Yeah, but do you want to have a hammer?
Who doesn't want to have a hammer? Huh?
I don't know.
Tell me one person that doesn't want to have a hammer.
I don't have a particular desire to have a hammer right
But
now.
you have a hammer.
No, I have a greatsword.
No, there.
Okay, yes, I have a hammer. Look, hammers are just like a standard thing you have in
See?
in a well-organized household.
Totally normal.
Yes, that is normal.
See?
You should have a hammer. It's a nice hammer.
Oh, I think it's going to the 7.
You think so? Greater is more like a hammer than a sword. Honestly, I think it's more a cleaver. Just a very big cleaver.
Well, it's counted as cutting damage, but I get you. It should technically also count as blunt damage at some point. What did you do?
I made dumb inputs. Also, I was just confused on which it goes and where you were standing.
On the ground mostly. I like the Unite Rathalos more though.
I mean, a lot is better than Unite to a degree.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck. Okay. What if you have the sword in your left hand as not to Link, the most well-known left-handed sword person until the Wii games? I don't know. I mean, honestly, this is 2 degrees. Is this still actually a right-handed grip if you think about it? Like, because if you have like an actual longsword, you would also grip with your right hand with the upper part, and use the left hand to guide it and stabilize it, not, you know, to be the actual main grip force. Because, you know, you want to have the sword shield. Wait, sword and shield is left-handed?
Yeah.
Maybe. I didn't notice that. You know, shit that you really don't notice as someone who's left-handed. That just looks normal to me. Did they ever change that in Monster Hunter?
I don't think so.
Oh, nothing for me.
I killed the cats.
I know. I mean, maybe that is actually the case. Right, they are left-handed. Okay, what? It's one of those things I genuinely never, like, thought about. I love how, the shadow in this game is still just like a fucking PNG plane that also moves.
You're way too far away.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not really... Interestingly now, I am not really up to speed. There we go. Okay. I feel like Victor seems to lead with the right leg. Yeah.
Into the head bonk. See, in those kinds of bonks you need to do more often. You're missing so much damage.
Dun, 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 dun. And it is exhausted. Ah, fuck.
There it is. Now you can triple. Go. You're a bit too far behind. Your distance gauging
Yeah,
is
okay.
still ass.
I just didn't know which one. I generally have no idea what distance I need to have there.
Could you please speak more clearly?
I generally don't know the distance where I need to stand.
That you should have learned after 10 fights. Maybe.
Oh well. First of all, we now take care of it being here. We collected that.
Again, I don't understand the thing.
We already collected the honey.
True. But it's better to mechanically do it again than to forget.
Yeah. I've been too tired to game all week. Ah, that sucks. Quietness is never nice. Oh wow, 11 times on the way is definitely very rough.
But see, it's not angry anymore, so you can do a triple charge.
You mean like that?
What?
You mean like that?
That wasn't a triple charge.
It was almost.
Which is fine. That wasn't even the timing for it. And it's angry again.
It was almost a triple, but yeah, I did it earlier because, well...
It was the right thing to do.
Yes. Well, if it isn't near El Cuco. Hey Claire, how are you doing? Well, that's a great Rathalos Crusade. Well, good for me, bad for Agonia. Because take a wild guess who has 2 rubies and who has none. Yeah, the desire sensor is in absolutely full swing right now.
I can't say that I desire it, but I definitely need it, and I think that that's enough for the game.
Yeah, that's how the game operates. If you need something, fuck you. It's her, yeah. Agonia. You should watch out.
Yeah. Oh, Azurus is coming. Rathalos is leaving. Perfect.
Perfect. But where is it leaving to? Ah, good. 7. Last day at my current job. Looking forward to a bit of a break. Oh! Yeah, good luck with the break. But yeah, I totally get, 11 times on this, like, holy shit, you're awake when she sleeps, basically. That's a very long distance. I'm lucky I never had a bone break. Oh, same. I mean, I got my nose broken once, but, the nose isn't bone, so technically doesn't count.
Isn't there a bit of bone in there? No.
No.
I mean, cartilage, right?
It's cartilage. I mean, there's a bit of bone in there. My sister had like she broke her arm and a lot of other bullshit. It was kind of, as said, I think I said it in a different stream before, but it was kind of funny talking with my mother, and she was just like, wait, in terms of like physical injuries, your sister was worse. People knew her at the emergency room. It's just simply due to the fact that my sister showed up a lot of times there. And I didn't. Well, okay, I was there once, but it's a different topic.
I was twice in the emergency room. Like, before the ones I went with you.
Anything... Okay, yeah. I was about to ask... Okay, can I maybe ask why you were there?
Yeah, the first time was a really, really strong nosebleed that wouldn't stop on its own.
Okay, yeah, right, you told me about that.
And the other one was when I was younger. What's younger? There was, those... Oh, it's capturable.
It's capturable, yeah.
Let's call them machines where you could put in money in, and then they would play music and you could write on them.
Those children...
At supermarkets.
Yeah, those children dumb things.
Yes. I wanted to set on one of those things, but I had to hit the growth spot, and so I misjudged my height and sat behind it, fell down and onto the railing of the automatic door.
Right, I think you told me about that.
That's also where I got into the emergency room once.
I have been in accident emergency 3 times this year. 2 bad bacterial infections and wounds and a very bad to antibiotic. Ooh, that is definitely not nice.
Yeah, bacterial infections and a bad reaction to antibiotics.
That is like, oh god.
I mean,
Patrick of bad news.
yeah. I mean, mine luckily didn't. Well, technically, mine brought me once to the emergency room because it brought me histamine intolerance, apparently.
Yeah?
But that was more an indirect thing.
The one time I've been to the emergency room was, it was one of those accidents where, basically I was like on, like a scooter, you know? Like, as a, like, 6-year-old child, like, it's one of those where you still use your feet for it. And, I got stuck on like one small hinge and fell over forward. The thing is that I had a helmet and all that. It's just the helmet slipped backwards. So I just like slammed with my forehead onto like the tiles, like a tiled floor. And that had to be stitched. Problem, I was horribly afraid of needles back then. So when, you know, the surgeon was like, oh yeah, we're gonna stitch that. No worries. We you know, we're just gonna, you know, anesthetize that part. And I saw the needle. I quite literally, and keep in mind, this is with, you know, an open wound on the fucking forehead. Just went up and ran away.
As
And
any self-respecting child would do.
yep, I just had panic. I just had a full-on panic attack, and I was very, very, very well into the flight response. You have been that sort of acute medical shit rather than injury from accident. Yeah, that it's I think those are usually also very like accidents. Definitely, I from what you told us, that definitely seems to be
You know, now that I think about it,
what.
I think I have been to an emergency room by now more often than I put other people into it.
You should not be proud of
They
that.
deserve it.
Okay, yes, but what kind of statistic is that?
Funny one.
It is, you know, it is an odd one. I give you that. But once again, what kind of statistic is that? Right?
Right, what?
Ah, fuck time. I mean, that you send more, that you now have been more to emergency rooms and send people to it.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right?
It is just a thing, actually.
No,
When the number of times I've put someone in an emergency room is 0, it's easy to beat that with the number of my own visits. Honestly, the only time, I think the only time I ever, like, quote-unquote, put one into the emergency room, wasn't even, like, okay, basically, in boarding school, I was, like, so, you know how the nutmeg nuts are supposed to be like, oh, if you eat a bunch of them, you kind of get a bit of a drug effect, that there's this thing hold around.
Huh?
Basically, that some kids say, "Oh yeah, you just need to eat nutmeg, like the nuts, a whole lot of nutmeg." And
That's a stupid idea.
yeah, it was very stupid. And like, imagine someone who's like literally half my size eating like 3 whole fucking nuts and being completely fucking like, he looked dead, and they were like, "Okay, don't tell anyone." I was like, goes to the the supervisor. He was actually relatively chill, so like, I was like, "They're not telling you, but he ate 3 nutmeg nuts," and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to take him to the doctor." And then he was like, "Why did you do that?" And I'm like, "Do you feel better afterwards?" I was like, "Yes."
Didn't he got his stomach pumped out because?
Yeah, he got his stomach pumped out, and an adult told him that was maybe a dumb idea. Like, oh my god, look, I cannot tell you how much we genuinely need to have, like, better relationships to children, in the sense that, look, children are just, children and especially teenagers, okay? They already go through a lot of shit. They do not, nutmeg is toxic in high amounts, yes. It's not good, Surprisingly low lethal dose for a supermarket spice. Yeah, but then again, you also don't need a lot, because nutmeg, it's just very spicy. But yeah, nutmeg is toxic. It's not like a problem, but again, you need to be kind of idiotic to just do that.
I mean, so are apple seeds, so.
Yeah, apple seeds are also technically toxic. Potatoes.
Under certain circumstances.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. You see, potatoes are toxic. Just period. They are. It's just, the moment you boil them or do anything with them, that toxin denaturates and it stops being a problem. Did you dodge roll from your bath towel into your Monster Hunter armor? Oh yeah, we do that. The thing is, like, yeah, raw potato is toxic. I mean, that's why you're not supposed to eat, like, you can eat a raw potato and your body will usually be fine. Unless you keep them in a non-ventilated cellar, in which they're super lethal. Oh yeah, they are.
You can gas yourself to death with potatoes in the cellar.
Like, look, the thing with nutmeg is just like, I genuinely took that hit from them being like, "Oh, I don't trust you." Like, I don't care. You legitimately, you got your stomach pumped out, and it's one of those do not. They actually trusted me with other things later on, because turns out he realized, yeah, he was maybe stupid, and me telling the adult was maybe like the correct decision that evening. And yeah, look, the worst he got was, look, that was a stupid thing, and you maybe should not do that again. And
yeah, if you want to get high from nutmegs, at least keep your body mass in mind.
Yeah. The teenagers. Like, look, teenagers, I'm just like... I feel like teenagers are getting alienated by society really hard in the last years. And even back then, like... Look, teenagers are already, like... No, I don't want to tell people, like, anything, but then there's also, like, the extra fear of, ooh, will I get punished for doing this and that? And like, oh, come on. Look, there's a reason I will say that, like, nearly every statistic that tries to make it look bad, don't get high from eating nutmeg. That's what sniffing glue's for. Well, the thing is, I don't think our glue anymore. I think they regulated that out.
And now with the electric cars, you can't even sniff on the
gasoline anymore. You take all the shitty, all the things away for kids to get high, and what are they left with other than, oh right, we legalized marijuana.
Well, that's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we
Also, you can drink beer when you're 16 in this country, so. Look, the thing about, yeah. Look, the thing about what I will always say about children, and that's something I genuinely realize, especially during boarding school, the younger they are, and especially from harsher households they come, the more they will try to, you know, not tell you. You know, they're doing the whole, oh, I just drink a lot of alcohol now, like en masse, and then, you know, no one will notice. Stuff like that, you know. Or they can stop me. And a second is used to drink beer age in the USA being 21. It's bullshit. Everything they claim how much it protects children is bullshit. It's like the same reason when people literally say like, oh, but children, there are so many children drinking alcohol in Germany, and then it's like, yeah, because it's you can drink with 16. So everyone can quite literally just drink some beer. The thing is more like, okay, I'm going to say this. There are problems with alcohol. Beer is not the problem overall. And like the thing is, the more you, the more children have the feeling it is all right for them to do it, the less they will do it. Like
I got very easily prevented from ever drinking much alcohol.
How?
When I was, I think, 8 or so, my grandpa just gave me some. And it tasted very bad and bitter. And I don't like bitter, and so I don't drink alcohol. Very easy.
Fair. Nothing will discourage kids from drinking alcohol more than the taste of beer. Oh! You know, I think the more important part is some kids will just drink alcohol, okay? That is just a thing that we need to accept. That is, but there's a crucial thing here, which I also, which were especially noticeable during like exchanges, because the higher the drinking age, and that is one thing that will never be mentioned, because
Get to the point.
basically you will have more deaths because of binge drinking. Because when you're not allowed to do it, children will try to drink as much as alcohol as possible in a short amount of time before, you know, they might get interrupted. If there's no fear of interruption, they just drink a bottle of beer, maybe another one, and then they're like, yeah, fine. I don't have a problem with that. You know, they're not getting in trouble for it. That's a big thing. This is why all the statistics against the German system are quite literally look at how many children are drinking, not look how little are dying in comparison to other countries. Ooh, allergic to alcohol is... Ooh, that's not that nice. But yeah, I mean... I mean, it... I mean, yeah, the thing about alcohol is, to a degree, it depends on what your tastes are. But like, I think one of the biggest examples on what I would give was champagne, and I can't stand wine. Okay, wine is really heavily dependent on which one you get. Like, there are some wines I will say are amazing. And then there's stuff where I'm just like, nah, I don't get it. Like, especially, like, sweeter stuff is, in my opinion, like, just superior. But then again, there's Federweiße, and that is, oh my god, that shit is so good.
Huh.
If you know what it is.
It's wine.
No, it's not wine. It's basically just almost... it's basically the earliest wine that there is. It's like barely, you know, developing alcohol wine.
At that point, I can drink just juice. And that's way tastier.
And there is definitely a difference in taste because it's a bit.
So it's tastier to drink the juice.
The sourness is gone, for example. It is just sweet and fruity and stuff. So that is why.
Then I put citrus in there. Kinda forgot.
I prefer water with a hint of fruit juice. Oh, if it's sparkling, we call that a Schorle in Germany. But, I mean, you might enjoy it, actually, Claire. The problem is just, Federweiße is, like, a very regional thing. Like, you basically get it from the local wineries, only during a very certain time of the year. And also, like, the bottles are not sealed. They can't be sealed for that. But it's pretty banger in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, again, we're talking like... Again, I do think the whole children just need to, especially teenagers, they just need more trust to adults. And I think a lot of adults rather try to just shove away the existence of teenagers than actually be like, look, you're the adult now, you kind of have a little bit of responsibility to educate the next generation, even if it's not your own child. You know? What is that drink made with orange juice and wine so they sit in separate layers? I don't know. But yeah, the whole binge drinking is one of those things where I'm like, I definitely noticed that with like children until they were like 16. And then, you know, the moment they realize, wait a second, I could just do this, this is illegal. It went down because turns out
That's why when you put the drinking age at 21, people start to also binge drink, but away from supervision a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and it's just healthier if, you know, children know that if they drink alcohol and shit happens, they can go to an adult. Like, it's why that we need to talk about that. But yeah, just saying the whole, oh no, so many teenagers drink alcohol in Germany. Yep. And now let's talk about alcohol-related deaths in other countries where not even all are tracked, and yet they still are just way higher than in Germany. Oh wow. Yeah. Sound like relatively good parents, honestly. But like, you know, I think the whole existence of sex is interesting because like sex and nudity is just like very normal in German TV at least. So like it's not one of those they can hide it. It's more a case of okay, you gotta fucking do it at some point. Eh. Age 14? I mean, it's... yeah. Depending on the state, never. Which is pretty dystopian, honestly. Ah. Yeah. It went to the nests.
That ought to fine.
Okay. We'll go through it anyway, so... nest.
But it's not capturable yet, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That is actually a major misunderstanding. Quite literally. This is one of those things I keep saying because I think even people in Germany don't get it. Okay. I can explain in a second about censorship, but like, main thing is it is due to Americans being idiots. not, that the laws are actually that strict. Like, even when there was like the whole, Germany changed the law about, Nazi symbology, it didn't actually change the law. It was like, this was actually the case already all the time. It's just codified it more, so, people got the point. But basically two things, okay? First of all, like every single, for example, Japan is more strict. Like a lot of countries are more strict in their rules. One of the things is that, for example,
I tried capturing it. Okay.
Okay.
You bonk it. Said you bonked it.
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
No. First one should try it.
Nope, for the ruby, not. The ruby is more of a drop when you're captured.
You can get it from a tail path, a shiny drop, head break, or capture. Bump it again.
How was it again? You need to get pinned more often?
Yeah.
But, maybe I should pin you a bit more.
What? Hi.
Maybe I should pin you a bit more.
Please?
Okay, wait. I don't know if it
Set
leaves.
your trap.
Okay.
Can't leave. If it leaves, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm putting it on the exit though, just to make sure.
That's not the exit, that's the entrance.
No, it's if it wants to leave the area.
It doesn't need to go there.
No, it has to. It always goes there.
Nope. Sorry, it doesn't.
Okay, so the thing about video game censorship is, first of all, there is no censorship. Or, if there is, it is self-imposed. Because one of the crucial things there are two crucial things you need to keep in mind about the USK. First of all, whatever you hand in to be rated is the thing you are allowed to sell in the end if it has a rating. If you do not have anything rated, it automatically lands on the list of you are not allowed to sell it in Germany. Crucial thing here. This doesn't mean that the game is forbidden, it just means you're not allowed to sell it in Germany, you can still buy it from outside. There are a bunch of companies, famously Techland, that refuse to just hand in their games because one of their marketing ideas is, we have too bad games, our games are too bad for Germany. And famously, when Dead Island got remastered, it came through with no problem.
USK.
And sent to the USK with all the features intact from the original version. It just was past there. There was, because there was a law, by the way. There was like one part of the guidelines that was to a degree saying, hey, like unnecessary amounts of violence might get you in trouble. The thing is just that is very unclear, and like with time people realized, the standard amount of violence you see in video games like Gears of War is completely fucking fine. Famously, for example, Dead Space also came through without needing any form of censorship in Germany. Because guess what? It was not really a problem. But that is number one. Second thing that happened is, and that is generally just on the publishers for being like absolute idiots, is back in the day Wolfenstein 3D was banned from one judge that argued that, and this is a crucial thing, by the way. He argued, video games are toys for children, and you are not allowed to put, insignias like the Nazi stuff in there. While, for example, in movies and art, as long as it's, not pro-Nazi, you are allowed to do that for obvious reasons. It's art. It says something. And here's the thing. That judgment on Wolfenstein 3D was already overturned before the 90s were over. That is a big thing you need to keep in mind. This idea that Germany sees video games as toys was not correct since the 90s.
And even then it was just one sentence that said absolutely nothing about the law at large.
Yeah. And
which is also, I think, mostly misunderstood by American publishers, because they think for some reason that has any relevancy. Doesn't.
Yeah. But yeah, basically that already got better. I think, for example, by the time Gears of War 3 came out, like Gears of War 1 and 2 didn't get published in Germany, but Gears of War 3 is no problem. The old Quake games and Doom games, once banned, are completely fine nowadays. They're 16 and upwards. All the new Wolfenstein games are completely uncensored nowadays here. It's genuinely not a big thing, but one of the reasons why the publisher censored so hard, by the way, is the crucial thing about the USK, which I don't know, I think this might be even something that probably more countries would like to have if you hear it. See, the USK is literally only rating agency that plays the game. No, seriously. Every other rating agency, the PEGI, MSRB, etc., they all just get a list from the publisher, like one sheet of what theoretically is in the game, and they base their whole rating on that and a few screenshots. The USK, they play it from start to finish. They are like, if you put bullshit in your game, they know. Oh yeah, that's stupid. When Fallout 1 and 2 came out in the UK, they removed all the children characters, but not the quests involved with them. Ah yes, Fallout and children. It keeps being it keeps being a whole thing. Yeah, it is stupid. But like, look, I've seen other dumb things. Like, for example, I think one of the most famous examples is why I don't have like the German version of it is Call of Duty World at War. Yeah, they censored like everything, and by the way, the campaign would nowadays fly with colors. Like the parts that involve the Nazis, you basically just play a guy that follows a very, very angry Russian that shouts at you that you should kill every single Nazi alive and purge this blight from the face of humanity, and like that will definitely not have any problems. Anyway, the thing is, okay, there's definitely stuff in the multiplayer where like they probably would need to take that out, because one of the things about the multiplayer stuff is, and I think that's actually completely fair. This is why this is one of the things that happened across the board, is that in Germany you can show the Nazi symbols in context. When it's just, you play the Nazis. Outside of the whole, it's just, the technology and uniforms and visual details of the time. Yeah, that's why they stopped using them in, like, multiplayer games. And I don't think that should be seen as a bad thing, because, like, at some point you're just arguing, why can't I play the Nazis? And anyway, but like, then you play the multiplayer and there's just like, they just cut shit out. Like, for example, okay.
Didn't they remove the hit marker for some reason?
They removed the hit marker and the point that you, and the points that pop up that when you killed someone, a thing that wasn't in Modern Warfare, but not in World at War. It's like, why? Why were you afraid of that? What is your problem?
Yeah, that's the weird thing, especially since they just put all that out preemptively.
Yeah.
It's not like they ever rated the original version.
I mean, and like, if I will say, like, censorship is rare, but like extremely stupid when it happens nowadays. Like, looking back, for example, to Dead Island, the second title is out, and I still don't have it, even though I definitely want to play it with Argonia at some point, because someone from outside of Germany has to gift it to me, because it is, for some reason, censored.
But it is not for some reason censored. You can say why.
Okay, it is because apparently someone thought on the development team, Brits, by the way, just pointing that out, oh, this wouldn't fly. Like, we see the whole excessive violence thing again. And so they removed that you can interact with dead bodies when they fell down. Like, you can't kick them around anymore and shit. And you're probably like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's just like a thing on top, but it would be very dumb if that feature was in the first game and completely in the re-release version.
Well, the thing is, again, it wasn't censored. It was just they themselves never asked the USK to actually review the original game.
Yeah, they never put in the original game. They made a game where they removed the feature and then basically made it so that everyone had to get that feature in Germany for some reason. Yeah.
They didn't made it so. That's the only version
they handed in.
They submitted for rating.
Yeah,
so that's the only version we can have.
I think that was already obvious by how I said it. But yeah, they just handed in a version.
Language.
Sorry, they give you that island. Oh no! Like on if that Island 2 is ever on sale and Agonia and I want to play it, I just ask someone to gift it to us from outside. It's one of those, I would like to play it with all the features, and maybe I'm just petty from, my young days of wanting to have uncensored games, and that Island 2 just feels very much like, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, it's just stupid. Every time nowadays censorship happens in Europe, you need to in Germany, you need to keep in mind this isn't something that is like the important thing. It is never something that is demanded it is always something that someone at the developer or publisher thought they needed to do preemptively. And I think knowing that part makes it kind of worse. And like, especially on a, you know, on the level of what is art. I know this is, we're getting into the deep end now, but let's be real here. That is a question, right? Like, if you sit in front of the fact that if you want to get into one of the biggest, like the biggest market in Europe in terms of gaming, and they have their own rating system, and you know someone will sit down and play your game from start to finish. They will know what is in there.
Father.
So and then you're like, oh shit, what am I going to do? And to a degree,
Just
do you have
submit it?
Just submit it. Do you not have faith in your work? Like, I get why they're not doing it, because the submission process costs some money. And companies are like, no, you better make sure that it goes through on the first try. Ironically, I will say it, not everyone is EA that genuinely starts beef with Bavaria. Oh, that happened, by the way. Yeah, publishers do not have faith in their developers. And it's one of those, oh no, you need to make sure that the game is just, you know, on the shelves day one in Germany. And so, if you just don't have any idea, you have a lot of, you know, if you have still this idea in your head, oh hey, they're really strict with everything, you just start making dumb decisions. I think that, again, has happened less recently, but it's still, like, in my opinion, a thing that says a lot about publishers and developers. Meanwhile, funny enough, the most recent Battlefield titles, I think up until 6, they were even rated lower in Germany. Yep, the World War I game that everywhere is 18 upwards is 16. You can play Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 and I think 2042 also when you're 16 years old in here. Because guess what? Because someone actually plays the game and they handed in their whole game with confidence, it turned out, yeah, that was fine. Ironically, I can definitely pinpoint the one scene that took the rating up for 6.
If it's this exhausted, you can get at least a level 1 charge.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I love that the answer to my question about big game censorship in Germany is publishers preemptively self-censorship because they do not think. Yep. That's also a big thing. You know, I get, you know, with the Nazi memorabilia, for example, that probably a lot of Nazi insignias and stuff that people were like, oh, we don't want to like kick that, you know, that sleeping bear until we are like very, very sure that it's dead. Mm-hmm. And you know, so the moment they actually made that official, it, you know, again, all Wolfenstein games are just available uncensored in Germany now.
Plus?
Because they handed them in again. They handed the international version in, and it got rated without problems. And by the way, yeah, the whole the whole thing about I think another big example of two big examples of why it's very stupid is ironically at Counter-Strike. Yes, it is here.
Okay.
Like Counter-Strike was generally was a thing where Valve considered to just not even hand it in like the source version. Like they knew it was popular because Germany has a relatively big PC market. But yeah, and then it turns out, the then head of the USK, which like looked like which was basically just a grandma, literally told Valve, hand it in. It's Counter-Strike. It's not gonna be a problem. And it released 16 because it's Counter-Strike. And to a degree, Valve was definitely making more faults. Their thing was more like, oh no, you get money for killing people. How will they react to that? And then it's like, it's a gameplay mechanic. We really do not care about that. And then, the big one about, quote-unquote violence, when that was stopped being censored, was ironically Dead Space 2. Because, yeah, Dead Space 1 came out uncensored, no problem. The thing is just, remember that really, like that advertisement like, your mom hates Dead Space? So, someone in the Bavarian family ministry saw that and was like, we need to ban this evil game. Like, they literally fell for it. And then, the used car rated it and was like, no, that's an 18+ game. We really do not care. It basically just like, there's a lot of gore in Dead Space 2. Like, there are, just warning for squeamish people, there's like one famous scene where you have to like insert a needle into the protagonist's eyeball and it can go horribly wrong. But it like, dismembering the enemies is like a core thing of the combat loop.
Point is,
Yeah.
USK said 18.
USK said 18.
Bavaria said,
No,
we don't like that.
we don't like that. And yeah, you literally kill monster babies. That's true. You kill zombie babies. In both. And in zombie children. But it's horror, and they had no problems. And you know what happened? Again, the ministry was like, no, we will go in front of a court. And the court was like, I guess you rated again. And the interesting thing is, EA literally was like, oh, we take that personally. They generally went, like, on record in like, interviews and such, and were like, this is an adult game for adults, and it should be rated as adults. Any concern about children is bullshit, because children are supposed to play it. And they just took a stance. I think they
How many instances?
I think 5 to 7 was it. They handed it just back in, paying the full charge. And like, it was one of those releases that came out months later here due to that. But yeah, interestingly,
They lost.
well, the Bavarians lost.
Yeah.
The Bavarians lost. EA just quite literally took a stance and were like very publicly, this is allowed, this should be allowed in Germany. And we got this allowance multiple times, and the used car was also like, yeah, obviously. And then a lot of other publishers were like, oh, we can just have violent games because they're for adults. And like, yeah,
Makes sense, right?
makes sense, right? I mean, we're also one of the few countries where I think it's a thing. Like when when your game has microtransactions, it actually gets bumped up. It's not for children. Oh yeah, I think, you know, Dead Space 1 and 2 definitely just need a patch. Like, I'm not saying, you know, a full remaster or anything, it's just... I wish they would give them, like, one update that just makes them well playable. Maybe a re-release port. Yeah. That was not very cash money of you.
I do have no cash, actually, right now on me. I have Zenny, but they're character bound.
I think the streaming, so they're just like lag spikes of the Dead Space remake, which is probably because, you know, the streaming technology has problems.
Uh-oh.
I think
Yes?
I mean, I have it on a 470 and a good CPU, and it had problems. Streaming, yeah. How areas are loaded in, you know, like the whole things are loaded deloaded behind you, and you know, loaded in front of you around the corner. That thing that's called a streaming. Like, you have a continuous amount of data being loaded and unloaded. That's yeah. And some games have good stuff for that, and some have very bad. And
I just get bad with time because the operating system changes.
yeah, I mean, it really depends on how you program it, by the way. Like, that's ironically the case.
No, that's not ironically the case. That's just the case.
Yeah, that's just the case. Like, I mean, there is a reason why, for example, Insomniac and Naughty Dog still use that goal-based streaming tech they developed during the PlayStation 2 era. Because turns out that one was, like, really fucking good, and they rather use basically dark magic rather than develop a new one. Just for everyone who doesn't know what I mean, Naughty Dog developed, you know, a streaming technology and renderer with based on their own programming language dialect called Go, which was a dialect of Lisp, so like very old language. And that shit was good, but basically they then tried making engines without using their, you know, own arcane language. But then they just, like, put parts of it back in because turns out that shit was just so good and worked. So they were like, let's just keep using it. And Insomniac had got that renderer from them because they were, like, in the same building back in the day. Like, Insomniac was, like, literally above Naughty Dog, so they were like, oh, hey, that renderer's nice, and streaming tech, and Naughty was like, yeah, you wanna have it? So all the engines of Insomniac...
Would have gotten a triple charge when it turned around, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought we should capture it, but
And we didn't say anything, yeah. But I mean, it's hard. Like, you look, technically, on like modern hardware, and especially modern engines, like with in the modern console, like the PlayStation 5, especially, because you have such fast loading times from the SSDs, you could technically make streaming tech that is very very powerful. But also the streaming tech to get right is not easy. Like there is a reason why games still love to do like very long hallways, or long elevator rides. Dark Souls, for example. Dark Souls is a perfect example of the streaming tech is not bad, but it's like not the best. So they just like basically made like long elevators and stuff, which physically connect the place. So like they still designed the game around that, but yeah.
I think the ruby will be the end of me.
Oh, we have short king. We have a short king, everyone. But yeah, it just has like it just can have problems very very fast. Still no ruby. Yeah. Next time we catch it, okay?
Yeah, sure.
But like at some point, it's maybe just a tale. Who knows? It's a tale as old as time. But yeah, it's one of those it's just one of those tech things, like making a good streaming tech is just you need a bit of tech wizardry, and they never let it go, basically. But yeah, we're just gonna be here for the rest of time. Well, not rest of time,
at
but
some point.
yeah.
I don't think we will be around for time to end.
I mean, yeah, we're just gonna hunt a lot of stuff. I should probably make an update. We just talked so much and hunted.
Unless solipsism is true for one of us, then time stops when one of us stops.
Fair. I am.
Should we maybe try for change of pace to get the Fukium ore
Okay.
for my waste?
Huh?
I need one.
We can do that, I guess.
You just need to go to the volcano.
Yeah, I guess we can do a run and see how it turns out. Where is it? Where is it? I did post. Ah, yeah, I did do that. Da, 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 da. Right, I don't need that.
Didn't you say they are making a new Gundam show?
Yeah, apparently next year is one. I saw it because someone I follow actually is working on it, so I was like, "Ooh, that's nice." We're getting certified robot fucker working on the show.
Well, it can't be worse than Crooks.
It can't be. Like, it's so weird how some people try to decry it now, and I'm like, oh, what will it have political themes? It's like, come on.
The last time Gundam tried political themes, they either had none or just vaguely pretended to have them.
It's like, look, when I hear that, when I see that, like, a black trans man that I follow, who certified, certified robot fucker and, big Braveheart fan, a show I definitely need to fucking watch still, works on a Gundam show. I'm just like, yeah, it's probably gonna be a solid one in ways that probably no one really anticipates, because it's look, just it's Gundam. We had like so many misses. Just let people make something. Again, it can't be worse than Crooks. Yeah, like as I said before, Crooks kind of perfected the thing that Witch from Mercury did in a lot of cases, and it was just like pretending there is something. And I forgot to take shit with me. Oops.
Wait a second.
Thank you. It literally the one thing, but then people are like, we should, by the way, just leave.
Yeah, probably.
Who is that guy? I don't fucking know. You're the director, what the fuck? Uragan? No.
Bad.
Yeah, and I mean, even with Witch from Mercury, like a lot of the later parts were definitely forced, but it's one of those that's fine. Even though I do think a Gundam show is more than just like the central romance, because there were great romances and earlier ones that also had themes, but yeah, I don't know. Look, if the next Gundam show is generally just big robots fight kaiju, and maybe a guy is horny for his robot because again certified robot fucker works on it, I'm fine. I'm just going to be completely fine with that. I mean, it's just, again, it's just like the emotional connection. There is none. Nothing is built up. Nothing is established. Nothing is entrenched upon. It's just, they just behave like it is there. And it's just like, in Cooks that, there is some emotional connection between Machu and Shuji. And like, there is none. They just...
There is something between Machu and Shuji, not the other way around. Nothing is emotional to Shuji.
Yeah, but like also again, it is never like again it is never something they go in depth on. It's never something they
it's
work
brought
on
up once for drama and then drop the next episode.
Yeah, it's just it's a one episode plot device because everything in Cooks is a fucking one episode plot device. Miss Fascism being like the first mother figure for Nyan in her whole life, literally a one episode plot device.
The best episode in all of Cooks, by the way.
Genuinely the only one because apparently someone gave a shit for 10 minutes. Oh my god. And then it's dropped. It's just dropped. It's just capital D dropped. I am in awe.
And I think that is this whole thing about like Machu having problems with her mother, never expanded upon the whole refugee kind of crisis and the directionary backlash of it. Also, just
it is a one episode plot device. They bring up that the Titans exist and the Psycho Gundam in this universe. And like, oh, that's a lot you need to talk about now because considering how big the Titans were, it's a one episode plot device. It's a fucking one episode plot device.
I don't think I got Fukion. You?
Nope.
I retraded Sandra?
We can, yeah.
But lots of charms, that's good.
They tried doing a... I mean, I don't even know what they tried. Like, you can...
I don't think they know.
Yeah. I mean, they literally do not know. The moment someone asked about Shuji, the answer was, I don't know. Okay, Mr. Director, you made the show.
Oh. I have the fossil.
Ooh, you can build your dragon weapon?
Maybe.
Oh my god! We might have some progress. Yeah, then we can do the Tundra afterwards, but oh my god! Ermagerd, you might have some...
I might have something here.
Yes!
Let's see if I can upgrade it.
But yeah, I think the Desire Sensor has shown mercy. I think it's probably more due to the fact that she didn't expect it to get anyway. It would give her at least a Dragon Sword Machine. I think the only viable one, even?
The only one I can get before Alatreon, I think.
My god.
I need Dragon Bone relics and Battleside ore.
Yeah, well, where do we get those? The question.
Battleside, I already have. Dragon relics, probably high rank shit. I don't know where exactly.
Yeah, we need to just check. The ancient Dragon Bone relic. Where do you get that?
It's a bone. So probably collecting. I Maybe Yen Moran. That could be it.
Maybe we should just look at it. But yeah, look, if someone is now making stuff about the new Gundam show, you know, one where on the fucking cover they have the Gundam wrapped in a fucking cloak. I'm just like, I'm sorry, that is a robot fucker a show.
Well, we already had a robot, especially a Gundam, wrapped in a cloak already.
Oh yeah, but like, you know, if you put that on your reveal cover, like, yeah, you're a robot fucker person.
Is that something that identifies a robot fucker?
Look, yes, look, because if you want to make a show about everything else, you would focus on the, you know, on the people and not, you know, make the robot look sexy. Robot plus cloak is cool, yeah, but it's one of those things that comes afterwards. When you, again, let me put it like this, okay? When we talk about putting a robot in a cloak, it's like those moments in movies where, like the characters pull off like their shirt and, you know, you see their abs and stuff, like, for boys and girls, by the way. It's just like, you're like, oh, hot. It's not something the movie advertises, but it comes, and you're like, you know, then like the robot throws over the cloak, and you're like, oh, fuck. That's cool. And when you're into that, that's hot. And like, the thing is, but if you put that on the cover, it's like, yeah, you know your audience. You know? It's one of those, you know your audience type things.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, look, this might be like probably the mildest take of all time, but maybe having a Gundam show that is actually just wow, robot cool is fine.
It's better than books.
It's going to be better than
At this point, that's all I need.
Like,
I would like to have a show on the level of Iron-Blooded Orphans again, but...
yeah.
So, where have you...
Sandra.
Good.
Like, look, I'm just like...
I'm going to the toilet first.
Ah, yeah, don't do that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Well... well, in the end, it's I wonder really how long we are going to kill everything. To kill Rapalov until we have something. It's taking some time.
so you're not...
I am talking. I am also here, but I don't know what to say about a lot of things.
About a lot of things.
Yes. I just... Look, the problem is with topics, I'm like, I can't really say anything more about the new Gundam show other than... Well, you know what? Crooks was kind of a shit show.
Now,
Can only be better.
when you're at an impasse like this, okay?
Yes.
There's a simple question you need to ask yourself. What did Fang Yuan do?
What? Do I really want to ask that question?
I mean, if you're not after Immortal Life, that may or may not be possible. But not like if you want to stream.
Fair enough, I guess. That makes me realize there's so much. Yes, what can you fondue? No, Fang Yuan is. It's from a books series Agonia read. He's kind of a bastard. I think that's the best way to describe him. He's kind of a bastard.
He is very goal-oriented. Just because he likes blood and gore while tearing to his enemies doesn't mean he's a bastard. Actually, I don't know if he's a bastard since his parents died when he was young. He could be.
Maybe. But,
Yeah, help me.
Okay.
You're the weapon with damage.
Guys, I remember I still need to, read the one chapter. Damn it.
Of Dragon Subjugation
Yes.
Incantation. Wrong direction, by the way.
And I still need to, roll for Silent Girl.
Stoic, not silent.
Is she oh yeah, Stoic is not wrong. Stoic is pretty accurate, I'd say. Blind. I'm blind.
So now you have 3 topics you can choose.
Help. So you don't get it here, I think. You get it maybe in the... Don't tell me you get it in the deserted island. That would be very funny, actually. We can actually Google where you get maybe the dragon bone.
I would like to fook him first.
We can leave here, I guess.
What?
Let me distract it a bit. Oh wait, I have dung bombs.
I'm nearly done with mining, so...
Oh, I have lithium. Help. It's interesting that my character was like, oh. Well, you know. Oh well, but yeah. There needs to be more stuff with cute girls in it. What? I wanted to actually loop around. That I said that it's it's kind of good that Arknight's Enfield actually decided that female Endman is definitely like the canon choice.
I think this was pretty much clear from the beginning.
Not every game. I mean, you know.
Not with every game. Okay.
You know, let me put it like this. Do they put in is a character is the choice between two characters in a game because you know, you suck and you don't want to upset Chuds, or do you want to have plausible deniability towards a certain government? That's the big question. You know?
The 3 has so much vibes.
The 3? Oh yeah. Well, if the storm rolled in, that is. Rust shard. Ooh.
Kind of waiting for you.
Isn't there one more in here?
Yeah.
I see it.
Why do you bring your whole shit with you?
I don't know. Hey.
And you can show the 3.
Yeah, very. I like when games just use like purple. Purple is just really moody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when the with the right weather condition, always. You're going through the wrong area.
No, you already went it too.
Wait, I went to the 2.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm just dumb. I thought you were going to the 2.
Nope.
Look, there is the map of the world.
Which they can have forgot about.
Yep. Then 2 item box. 1 and a praise. So what do we have here? The Hunter's Dagger. Oh, Gluttony 10. I mean, yeah, I guess. Oh, it's empty. Oh. Ew. Okay, so, question. So you want to do Fukium ore again?
I kinda need that. And I think I'm a bit tired for Rathalos. I wouldn't die, but
It's just a bit too much for you?
I'm very boring. And you're not talking much, even though I'm helping you out.
I try. Ah.
Ah,
Ah.
Hi.
Didn't we get to the farm first?
Yeah, I just get the pickaxes, so... Before I forget it. Actually, one thing I need to check. Because I definitely have much more Kokoto points now. So I can maybe upgrade my farm before I go in. Renovate. Okay. 18,000 is... That's solid. Okay, what should I get?
Mushroom log 2, maybe?
Yeah, mushroom log 2. Fishing pier 2? Mine? Like a giant fishing basket? Fishing pier. And then I guess shellbug or mining point.
I personally go with buck.
Mm-hmm. I'm upgrading my farm.
Mm-hmm.
Look how many mushrooms there are now. Hell yeah. Yay, 3. I'm so far out, there's already a bit of fog. But yeah, I guess we do the Tundra again, and hopefully you will get the Fukium ore. And then we can say you have done at least one thing? Oh, can you do one thing before we continue here?
What?
That you check where you get your dragon thing.
My what?
You need a dragon relic. The dragon bone relic, I think? Just so, like, you know, if it is somewhere that we can use.
Oh. It's not even the right one. I need the Gen Kodachi path. The one I have will give me just raw and affinity. So it's not relevant to upgrade.
So yeah, Moran.
Yeah.
So we...
If I want...
It's too early.
If I want an early dragon sword, yes.
So we cheered way too early.
Yeah, basically.
So you mistook what it is.
Happens. I'm tired. I'm always tired these days.
I mean, you mistook it,
Yeah.
Are you alright? Do you want to even do it now? Or do we want to stop for the day?
I would like to stop. Normally I would go on, but...
You're feeling not good.
I'm feeling tired. I'm wondering when I will be finally bouncing back.
Maybe with time.
Mm.
And the doctor's visit, maybe.
What?
And the doctor's visit, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Well then, I guess with that, we can say our stream is a bit shorter today. Tomorrow is Wiki 3, if nothing interrupts that.
And there will stay no matter what.
Yes. But that's also a bit easier for you to digest. And otherwise, so yeah, Wiki 3 tomorrow we'll be yapping and having a good time. And on Saturday, Ghost Trick. We're probably gonna finish Ghost Trick this weekend. So be there for Ghost Trick. It's gonna be fun. And I hope you had some good time with us bonking and me getting a second rupee. That is just... hopefully you will have it from Monday onwards in some form.
I hope.
Yeah, and we can get a few more. Yeah, it's not that long of a game. Then I still have a Castlevania game, and then we get into, you know... Then I already have to put up the indie game poll.
Honestly, I'm this unlucky with Ruby. I think we have hunted more Rathalos than actually played the game at this point.
Not completely, but yeah, it gets close.
And we still need to get you your Uragan stuff. That's yours.
Yeah, that should not be the biggest problem.
Is it? Let's just see, since we have time now. Can you open up Athena's ass?
Yeah. I will look at Athena's ass. Uragan Helm U.
Needs Steel Uragan Carapace, 2 Marrows, 1 Wyvern Stone, and I think that's the bear.
Yeah. Right. Then
Carapace, Jaw, Scale, Fire Cell Stone. That. Then Gracium Ore, I think you have that. I don't know how rare Horrific Maw from Giginox is, but
yeah. Quite the Giginox Claw, Horrific Maw. I think those are just easily got. Sharp Monster Bone and Gracium Ore. I have last ones are not a problem. Then Uragan Tacet. 1 Uragan Ruby. Okay, we are getting into oops.
no, Rango Rota is the Volvidon.
All right, Volvidon.
And then the Greaves.
So the Tacet is like the one thing. But we'll see, okay? Wait, look, you're literally just unlucky right now. That's everything. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Trick. Ghost Trick on Saturday and Sunday. And then probably sometime next... Well, maybe then there's gonna be soon Portrait of Ruin, Castlevania. Looking forward to that. And sometime next week there might be Payday 2 when the engine update fully hits. You're all invited to... Well... try out Payday 2 on 64-bit. Anyway, have a good night. See you all around. Bye.
Bye.